Rare images that'll make you say, damn, that's rare. On their way to work in San Carlos, someone captured the moment this electric Ford Mustang suddenly malfunctioned, and the driver quickly lost control over his steering and acceleration. Things got so out of control that the driver literally started praying behind the wheel. Fortunately, he made it out unscathed and no one else got hurt. This is what skating downhill at 116 kilometers per hour looks like. For context, that's about as fast as a hypercar like a Bugatti Chiron or a Lamborghini Huracan Performante can go. This is Joko Widodo, the current president of Indonesia. Please tell me I'm not the only one that thinks he looks like an Asian Obama. This poor sheep decided to take a nap after a long, grueling day of being a sheep, and he woke up to find everybody left without him. The same thing happened to me, but with my dad. Does it really take 10 years to buy milk? These are what's known as kinetic sculptures, artworks that incorporate movement as a fundamental aspect of their design. This collection was created by German contemporary artist Jakob Grosse-Ophoff. This is the sharpest image of the sun's surface ever taken, showing solar granules, which are convection cells of hot, excited gas or plasma. This was the moment a cat saw an owl for the first time. In 2015, a goat was thrown into a tiger's enclosure as its weekly live feed, only to become his friend. I think we should call the goat Daniel. If you know, you know. This guy put an absurd amount of trust in this DJI drone operator. Apparently, he's testing the drone's carrying capacity. The drone itself is designed for aerial spraying of fertilizers and pesticides on farms. The incredible camouflage of this great gray owl, coupled with their silent flight ability, combines to make one terrifyingly silent predator. This small plane was recorded taking off from one of the most dangerous airports in the world, Lukla Airport in Nepal. The airport is situated at an elevation of 9,383 feet, and at this altitude, the air is significantly thinner, which reduces engine performance and makes it harder for aircraft to generate lift. Did you know that the Brazilian Navy has attempted to sell an aircraft carrier on eBay, not once but twice, all because it became too expensive to maintain? Artist and director Banksy built a hidden shredder within his painting, Girl with Balloon, in case it ever went to auction. Sure enough, in 2018, at a Sotheby's auction, the moment the gavel hit the desk for the piece to be sold for £1.042 million, it self-destructed. The partially shredded artwork was later authenticated and renamed Love is in the Bin. A JF-17 was casually spotted roaming around in the streets of Islamabad. It almost seems like this cat is playing with that horrid creature. This is because cats have a faster reaction time than snakes, with cats averaging 20 to 70 milliseconds and snakes averaging 44 to 70 milliseconds. Every year, the Australian government breaks down where the taxes its people pay go to. This is how it should be done. Pause if you need to. This is a colorized last ever footage taken of a Tasmanian tiger, also known as thylacine, from 1933. This undefeated MMA fighter, Dakota Ditcheva, revealed she went almost a decade without training MMA during her younger days. Something about what she said has always stuck with me. You don't need to have been the best at something before succeeding in it now. Take a second to reflect on that, then try again until you win. This hedgehog approached a person, exerted his dominance by getting the human to remove the tape from his paw, refused to elaborate further, and then just left. What a giga chad. This absurd behemoth of a big cat is a ligger, the product of the cross between a male lion and a female tiger. This might look like someone messed up your order and accidentally added coffee to your block of ice, but this is actually an intentional way a coffee house in Japan serves iced coffee inside actual ice. Pretty genius if you ask me. This is what trying to close the front door during a blizzard in Antarctica looks like, where winds are so extreme that they often reach hurricane force and can exceed 120 miles per hour, even reaching speeds of 200 miles per hour. This was the heartwarming moment a father giraffe and sibling came to visit their newborn son and brother calf for the first time. Insert long-necked giraffe joke here. So this is really cool. While he was out fishing with his family, this guy spotted an eagle flying in circles over their boat. Seeing that it was interested in the fish he had just reeled in, he tossed it up into the air, and the eagle glided down smoothly to grab it right out of the sky. This was the moment a small plane crash-landed at the Mona Vale golf course. Fortunately, there were onlookers on the scene who rushed to the rescue, and no one was seriously hurt. A 29-year-old Florida woman pretended to be a nurse for 7 months. She treated over 4,000 patients and only got caught after she was offered a promotion. This was the unbelievable moment NOAA's hurricane hunters penetrated the eye wall of Hurricane Erin, a Category 5 hurricane, which is the most intense type of hurricane. These penetrations are crucial for scientific research, providing valuable data on the storm's structure, intensity, and potential for extreme weather events. For context, the eye wall is a ring of thunderstorms surrounding the eye of the hurricane, and it experiences the strongest winds and heaviest rainfall during a Category 5 storm. This is Ryan Griffin, the barber who gives a $2 discount to kids if they read a book aloud at his barbershops in Michigan while he gives them haircuts. This guy has a really big snake, the Malaysian king cobra, aka the world's longest venomous venomous snake. It produces venom potent enough to kill an elephant. Meet Jia Wenki, a guy who lost both his arms to electrocution when he was just 3, and his blind friend Jia Hexia, both from Yeli Village in Hebei. These two incredible guys teamed up to do something exceptional. In 2002, since they couldn't find regular jobs because of their disabilities, they decided to rent about 7 hectares of dry land along the Ye River near Shijiazhuang, Hebei. Over the next 13 years, from 2002 to 2015, they planted and took care of more than 12,000 cedar trees. In 2011, a tsunami killed thousands across Japan, except in the village of Fudai, which barely got wet due to a floodgate that its former mayor, Kotoku Wamura, insisted on constructing. In the past, he was mocked for wasting money, but after the tsunami, residents visited his grave to pay their respects. This clip shows the absurd amount of frogs, literally thousands of frogs that gather during breeding season. They do this to increase their chances of successful reproduction. This aggregation, often at specific breeding sites like ponds, allows males to find and compete for females, ensuring a higher density of eggs and sperm for fertilization. Standers-by captured this video of these waterlogged Indian train tracks that had tons of fishes swimming around in them, proving that nature will always find a way. This was the moment a gorilla was so annoyed by a group of tourists in Rwanda that he outright attempted to steal one of them. Don't worry, no one was hurt. A 92-year-old woman escaped her nursing home by climbing a towering 2.15-meter gate. The crazy part is, she did it all in under 24 seconds. We really got Grammy Schofield before GTA 6. I'm sorry guys, but I can't be the only one to suffer this anxiety attack. This clip of a dealership parking their vehicles insanely close to each other has definitely spiked my blood pressure. There's no contesting the insanity of this golf shot, but we really got to give credit to the unsung hero of this clip, the cameraman. How in hell do you even follow something at that speed? Incredible stuff. This was a needle-free injection used in 1967 for mass vaccination, utilized during the World Health Organization's intensified smallpox eradication program to efficiently vaccinate large populations, especially in regions with limited medical infrastructure. They delivered liquid medication or vaccines through a high-pressure stream, penetrating the skin to deliver the vaccine into intradermal, subcutaneous, or intramuscular tissues, eliminating the need for traditional needles. This is the breathtaking view taken from the Austrian-Italian border trail. Say what you want about Earth, but her graphics are a 10 out of 10. An elephant was caught on camera outsmarting an electrical fence, which tracks as they are highly intelligent animals capable of problem-solving. They can even imitate human speech. The sea snake vomited a moray eel he'd already gobbled up. If I were that eel, I'd be so mad my time got wasted like that. Are you gonna eat me or not? This clip shows the animation process of Akira 1988, which is arguably the most influential anime films ever made. A little known fact is that they used 327 different colors, 50 of which were custom made, which was a record for animation at the time, and over 2,212 shots in the movie. So this totally random dude just walked into a fashion show dressed in a garbage bag, and everyone assumed it was part of this fashion show until security kicked him out. Really says a lot about modern fashion. This car wash worker got some revenge on a rude customer. Do you think this was a justified response? In 2015, developers illegally demolished the historic Carlton Tavern in London, thinking they'd just get fined. Instead, they were ordered to rebuild it brick by brick, exactly as it was. This is the best and cutest thing I've seen in 4 leap years. The little doggo got his own bike. How cute is that? This is how Spin Launch uses a giant electric-powered centrifuge to accelerate a projectile containing a satellite to high speeds before launching it into space. This kinetic launch system replaces traditional rocket fuel with rotational energy, offering a more cost-effective and environmentally friendly approach to reaching orbit. The centrifuge, powered by an electric motor, spins the projectile at incredible speeds, reaching up to 5,000 miles per hour. So this is very cool. An engineering student in China made this prototype of a drone that looks like a sword and levitates when you move your hand, using it as a controller. This was the moment Susan Anderson and her husband Joseph gave birth in a parking lot outside the Natural Birth Works Center in Margate, Florida in June 2020 after she realized she wouldn't make it inside. The insane delivery of their baby girl Julia was captured on a Ring doorbell camera. The hilarious moment this Pomeranian dog chased a full-grown bear because it ate his breakfast. The epicness you see unfold before your eyes right now is every Power Ranger suit ever put on display at the show's 50th anniversary exhibition. 15-year-old me would be losing his mind right about now, and I know we all agree Samurai was the best one. A Frenchman tasted Coca-Cola for the first time in Paris, 1950. This guy's reaction is priceless, and I can't even blame him. I'd be shocked too if I saw my search history casually standing behind me. These images captured something truly magical. When the air is cold enough, the melody of a bird becomes visible. Well, I'll be damned if this isn't the chillest little critter I've seen in my life. I just want to drop everything and hang out with bro. He seems like he's got everything sorted in his life. In 2018, Sombra, a Colombian police sniffer dog who helped find over 9 tons of cocaine, became so effective that drug cartels put a bounty of $70,000 on her head. She was moved to safer posts with 24-hour protection and kept doing her job. This was the moment a rare encounter between a diver and a megamouth shark was captured. They are exceptionally rare, with fewer than 300 sightings recorded globally. This one measured approximately 5 meters in length. Christopher Scarver, the inmate who killed serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, had schizophrenia and said one of the reasons he attacked him was that Dahmer shaped his prison food into mini sculptures resembling human limbs. In 2009, 21-year-old Gabriela Rico Jimenez was filmed after claiming she had attended an exclusive elite party. She vanished that night and has never been seen again. In North Yorkshire, a giant rat measuring 22 inches was found inside a house. Its size was comparable to that of a small dog, and it may be the largest rat ever recorded in the UK. One of the most stunning examples of camouflage is the Calima inachus butterfly, which with its wings closed closely resembles a dry leaf complete with dark veins. This is how girthy the cables used in the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge are. So this is insane. This football fan scored a goal with a paper plane, throwing it from all the way up in the bleachers. Imagine how confused the players would be when the crowd suddenly erupts with screams and they didn't even score a goal. A Chinese man that was cut in half in an accident not only survived but learned to walk again using custom prosthetics. He opened a shop called Half Man, Half Price and lives life with a full spirit. A gorilla was spotted using sign language to tell zoo visitors not to feed it. It's crazy that a literal gorilla is more responsible than human visitors. This is the luckiest clip I've seen in a while. So a motorist in Istanbul crashed into a parked car just to avoid hitting a child, showing his very impressive reaction time. And don't worry, absolutely no one got hurt. While many snails are herbivores or omnivores, some are carnivorous, and carnivorous snails use a specialized tongue-like organ called a radula, which has thousands of tiny ridges to scrape or cut food. Firefighting plane dumped its load at the very last second before the raging flames reached this home. This cutie is Midas, a Russian blue rescue cat known for a unique genetic mutation that resulted in a second pair of ears. Her condition does not negatively impact her health or hearing. This is the Boeing Everett production facility, a building so large that when it was first built, clouds would accumulate around its ceiling. It sits on the north side of Painfield and includes the largest building in the world by volume at over 472 million cubic feet. Enjoy this incredible video of a dust devil that just randomly spawned in Penfield, New York. Dust devils form due to strong surface heating under clear, calm conditions. This heating creates an area of rising warm air. As surrounding air rushes in to replace the rising air, it can begin to rotate, creating a dust-filled vortex. A hiker was trekking down a trail when this behemoth of a moose started approaching. He did the logical thing and hid behind a tree as fucking Bambi off a Trend Creatine cocktail walked past. This is a scene from the show Metal Skin Panic Maddox 01, a cult mecha classic directed by Shinji Aramaki. This is an insanely detailed shot of the MADOX-01 powered armor suit from the original video animation that was made in, strap in for this, 1987. There's absolutely no way this guy doesn't have observation hockey. If I were the robber, I'd be so mad. Look how goofy they got him looking. The full stretch just to grab air molecules is diabolical. This is what a wet owl looks like. I'd give more information about it, but the little guy looks like he's had enough of us already, so let's just move on. Cute aggression, also known as giggle, is a common human experience characterized by the urge to playfully harm something perceived as cute without any real desire to cause harm, which perfectly explains my desire to stuff this cutie down my gullet. 5-time world champion Magnus Carlsen and 5-time world champion Viswanathan Anand are looking at each other's game while both their opponents scratch their heads. You can feel the testosterone emanating from this clip. This absolute beast of a man does a jaw-demolishing 405-pound or 184 kilograms Steinborn squat, an advanced barbell exercise where the lifter positions the barbell vertically, rolls it onto their back, performs squats, and then reverses the process to return the weight to the floor. It's named after strongman Henry Steinborn. The Sydney Opera House honored the Australian firefighters, thanking them for when they battled the wildfires 6 years ago. These guys are just casually chilling on K2 like it's not the second highest, most dangerous mountain on Earth, standing at a jaw-shattering 28,251 feet tall. It's notorious for its extreme difficulty and is often called the Savage Mountain. This experiment was conducted in a Japanese restaurant to show how fast a virus can potentially spread. The speed at which a virus spreads, also known as its transmissibility, depends on several factors, including the virus's characteristics, how it's transmitted, and the environment. Some viruses, like influenza, can be highly contagious and spread rapidly through respiratory droplets, while others might require more direct contact. This is a very rare and very elusive ribbon eel. They are sequential hermaphrodites, starting life as black males, then turning blue and yellow as they mature, and eventually becoming becoming yellow females. They can live up to 20 years and are found in the Indo-Pacific region. This person was photographing the Arctic Ocean. A seal came up to breathe and greet them. Imagine going to feed some fish, and you see this guy looking back at you. No, scratch that. Imagine being on some magic mushrooms and seeing this distinguished cat-looking geezer staring right into your soul. While on that topic, this is apparently a good depiction of what it would be like to trip out on a low dose of magic mushrooms. And maybe you're already tripping out. Maybe the fish wasn't even real. Can you trust your mind? Strap in, guys. This one's a crazy one. After a gypsy camp encroached on a farm, the farmers took matters into their own hands and gave the trespassers shit. Literally, they spread liquid manure across their fields, forcing the illegal occupants off their land. ICE has nothing on these farmers. On God. These worms gathered in one spot on this pole to avoid the flood. Now, where did I keep my flamethrower? Okay, listen up, guys. I got a close friend of mine, Otto the Otter, here to show y'all how to break the ice. This joke took an embarrassing amount of time to come up with. Please subscribe so I can feel better about myself. This rare glass octopus with a clear body was seen swimming near the Phoenix Islands in the Pacific Ocean. It probably doesn't take a genius to guess what would happen if you drove a car over thin ice. But if you somehow deduce that this wasn't an actual car, but a small-scale radio-controlled Land Rover Defender D90, you're a different breed. In fact, you should run this channel because this got me so good. My second decree as president is that this is now the only acceptable way of removing ticks from your dogs. Thank you for all your support and votes in the last video. I will now proceed to do the opposite of everything I promised y'all during my campaign. This 3,000-year-old figure of a woman was discovered in Iran and is kept at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Women sure looked weird back then. Apparently, Switzerland is the only country that can fit 113% of its population into bunkers in case of a nuclear attack. This is because Switzerland has a policy that mandates all new buildings must include a fallout shelter or contribute to a public one, leading to a high capacity for sheltering its population in case of disaster. This picture shows Cambodian soldiers in a trench during the recent border clashes against Thai forces. This is what a gray whale's eyes look like. The red appearance around their iris isn't a permanent feature, but rather a result of blood vessels becoming visible due to stress, or in some cases, the whale's eyes being half asleep. This is the exact moment a hailstorm started, captured on camera. Hail is formed when water droplets are carried upwards by strong updrafts into extremely cold areas of the atmosphere. These droplets freeze into ice pellets, which then grow larger as they collide with and collect more supercooled water droplets in the cloud, eventually falling to the ground as hail when they become too heavy to be supported by the updraft. This is dash cam footage of how a truck driver's quick thinking and skill helped him navigate to safety when the brakes completely gave out. This is probably the scariest thing that can happen to a truck driver. Thankfully, he's okay. Laser tattoo removal works by using focused laser light to break down tattoo ink particles into smaller pieces that the body's immune system can then remove. The laser energy is absorbed by the ink, causing it to shatter, and over time, the body naturally clears away these fragmented particles. This was the insane moment an incredibly agile bobcat swatted a bird straight out of the air. Mid-flight, a member of Taiwan's parliament stole a bill and ran off with it to prevent it from being passed. Despite his attempt to obstruct, the bills were eventually passed, though parts were later struck down by the Constitutional Court. Here's a clip of this custom Pakistani bus with a refurbished business-class seating area installed in place of the luggage compartment. Is this genius or what? Did you know that emus have striped skin under all of their feathers? While I couldn't find the exact reason for this, I did find out that emu chicks have striped skin as a form of camouflage to avoid predators. A Filipino survivor of the 1945 Manila massacre shows where a Japanese officer tried to behead him. Fireworks are a bit different in Thailand. This is the amazing Thai girandola, which is essentially a spinning wheel made of fireworks. A simple concept and design, but the spectacles they make are nothing short of art. You know you're tall when only your legs are almost the entire height of a 5'3" dude. This is Anna Smirk, a volleyball player that stands at an incredible 6 feet 11 inches tall. A Bugatti Chiron reaching 417 kilometers per hour or 259 miles per hour on the German Autobahn, a national motorway network. Known for its extensive system of limited access highways, which like freeways in the US, means there are designated entry and exit points. While often associated with having no speed limits, this is a misconception. While some sections have no mandatory speed limits, many do, although a recommended speed of 130 kilometers per hour or 80 miles per hour is often advised. This is the chest x-ray of a 21-year-old dental assistant after attempting to unalive themselves by intravenously injecting elemental mercury. What would you do if you were in this situation? Me personally, I'm burning the shoe, the tweezers, my entire arm, the house. Hell, I'm burning the whole ass computer I'm watching this on. That's how much I hate this. This is the Elasmotherium, also known as the Siberian unicorn. It was a massive, extinct rhinoceros with a prominent horn on its forehead. It was a large, hairy herbivore that roamed the grasslands of Siberia and Central Asia during the Pleistocene epoch. Just when you think you've seen it all, all, China surprises with yet another insane spectacle. This is a town built entirely on a bridge in China's Chongqing city. If this reminds you of Arafu in Fallout 3 or Tequila Wolf from One Piece, we should be best friends. In 2010, a black Nigerian couple in London had a white baby girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. Doctors ruled out albinism, suggesting dormant white genes, a mutation, or both, sparking surprise and curiosity since neither parent had known white ancestry. An entire family of sperm whales were spotted sleeping vertically. They achieved this vertical sleeping position by taking a deep breath and then descending to a depth of around 45 feet, where they float motionless. This behavior, sometimes referred to as logging, allows them to rest and replenish their oxygen supply while remaining alert to potential threats. This dad making his kid's childhood memorable is the cutest thing. Apparently, this clip is 16 years old now, so the boy is most definitely a man now. Time really does fly, so why don't you go make some lasting memories with the ones you love? Although this might be the greatest thing I've seen all week, I can't shake one question. What happens when you milk the cow? The exterior of the SMDC Light Residences, a condominium development in Mandaluyong City, Philippines. It features a built-in mall with dining, shopping, and cinema options, as well as amenities like a swimming pool and fitness center. Someone captured photos of this ostrich with stunning blue eyes. Bro might be the honored one. This abomination is the PVE-30, a cylindrical pneumatic vacuum elevator that's recognized as the world's smallest elevator, designed for single-passenger use in homes where space is limited. This is the Okinawa giant, a species of house centipede that grows much larger than their Western relatives. I'm surprised this thing was discovered in Asia and not Australia. An American Airlines employee heroically stopped a runaway cart at the Chicago O'Hare Airport, saving this very expensive-looking plane and looking hella cool in the process. Do y'all believe this kid can just casually shake and then outrun Tyreek Hill, the fastest player in football, or do you think he let him? This dead leaf that isn't quite a leaf is a leaf-mimicking spider, named after the Sorting Hat from the Harry Potter series. It was discovered in the Western Ghats of India in 2016. The spider's conical, hat-like abdomen is what inspired its name. Michael Jackson's pet monkey Bubbles is still alive. He's 41 and lives in a great ape sanctuary in Florida. There's something special about this video that I can't even begin to put into words, but the moment this human child met little Bambi, the world finally began to heal. The Zammit family in Sydney, Australia refused to sell their 5-acre property to developers, despite offers reportedly as high as $50 million. The property could have potentially accommodated 40 to 50 new homes if it had been sold for development. The image shows the AT&T Long Lines building, also known as 33 Thomas Street in New York City. The brutalist skyscraper was designed by John Carl Warner and completed in 1974. It was originally built to house AT&T's long-distance telephone switching equipment and was designed to be self-sufficient and withstand a nuclear blast. The building's lack of windows is a feature related to its original purpose of housing sensitive telecommunications equipment and for security reasons. It is reportedly home to a national security agency, NSA, surveillance facility named Titan Point. This poor, harmless alligator was just minding its business, walking along the sidewalk when it was brutally jumped by a ravenous squad of cops. They pounced and restrained the poor, harmless creature. Such a sad story. This video shows how farm fishes are fed on a commercial level. It may look simple enough, but he has to take great care not to pollute the water with an excess amount of feed, while also giving the fish enough food so they're all completely satisfied. A drunk man in flip-flops joined an 8-kilometer race in Brazil and even made it to the finish line. And although he wasn't registered for the race, he still received a participant's medal. This one really breaks my heart. This baby rhino was trying its hardest to protect its mother from the veterinarians, unaware that they were actually helping her. Just pure, unadulterated love right here. I just know this guy's soul left his body. Luckily for him, that's a whale shark, and don't let the name fool you. They won't and can't bite anyone. So this is a totally different level of aura farming. This cheetah really outran its prey just to wait for it to come to him. Bro really said, I don't chase them, they chase me, and I respect that. This is what you see when looking up at the One World Trade Center in New York City, also known as the Freedom Tower. It's the 7th tallest building in the world. The blooming apple tea, popularized by the Oyapi Cafe in Tokyo, features thin apple slices that seemingly blossom as hot tea is poured over them. The crazy thing is, it's so easy to do that you can actually recreate it at home. If you do, please post a photo on the community tab so all of us can appreciate your work. Eurasia's largest volcano, Klyuchevskaya Sopka in Kamchatka, erupted after a magnitude 8.8 earthquake hit Russia recently, spewing ash and lava. I'll be talking about the earthquake in the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it. A horrifying incident occurred at Green Mountain Park in Saudi Arabia, where the 360-degree electric ride reportedly snapped mid-air during operation. malfunction. 23 people were unfortunately injured, with several in critical condition. This clip shows the moment the first Australian-made rocket took off, only to crash after 14 seconds of flight. Sources say this was caused by the gravitational pull on the rocket, due to the fact that Australia is upside down. The sources being me, I said that. This is the Hyalophora cecropia, also known as the cecropia moth. It's North America's largest native moth, with adults living only about 2 weeks, their sole purpose being to reproduce. This is the most hilarious thing I've seen today. This man in Africa went around teasing phone robbers, juking them at the last second, and blueballing the poor thieves. This is now my most favorite video of all time. This clip of a baby stoat who found a trampoline is my new most favorite video of all time, which is why I will be running for presidency. If you vote for me, I promise every single baby stoat will get a trampoline of their own. And I'll also maybe force every single person to subscribe to me. But that's just by the way, don't worry about it. Scientists have discovered a giant new species of stick insect in Australia, and absolutely no one is surprised by this. It's over 15 inches long and is said to maybe be the heaviest insect in the country. What did Aussies do to piss God off this much? This was Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, in his prime versus how he looks now while wearing the same suit. Off the coast of Australia, a very touchy octopus was filmed catching a shark and wrapping it with all its tentacles. Bro just wanted a hug for real. Eventually, he released the poor shark. The image shows the Mosesbrug, or Moses Bridge, located in the Netherlands. It's designed to sit partially submerged within the moat of the 17th century Fort de Rover, creating the illusion of walking through parted waters, hence its name. American Airlines flight attendants were trying to evacuate an airplane after a laptop battery started a fire, but infuriatingly, the passengers kept stopping to try and get their bag. Talk about people having the survival instincts of a fart. Why the f? Jonathan Lee Riches has sued over 4,000 people, including Bill Gates and the Pope, and even Guinness. After they gave him a world record, he sued them too. Legend has it, if you like this video, he'll sue you. A marine blowhole, or geyser, forms when sea caves extend inland and upward into vertical shafts that open at the surface. Everything reminds me of her. First, I thought this was my wife Toodles, but it's just what happens when the Tarbella Dam's relief valve, a crucial safety component that releases excess water pressure in the dam's tunnels, is opened. God, I miss my wife. This mutated-looking plant is a fasciated Echium pinnata, also known as the Tower of Jewels. Fasciation is a rare condition in plants where the apical meristem, responsible for growth, flattens and produces elongated ribbon-like stems, often resulting in unusual and striking forms like we see here. No, you're not crazy. You can trust your eyes. This guy just converted his pickup truck and trailer to make it appear like it was driving in reverse. A Dodge Challenger was in a high-speed chase with the cops when they laid out a spike strip for him. Bro took one look and noped the heck out of there. These two tigers are enjoying a frozen block of milk to help them cool down on a hot day. This practice is sometimes used in zoos or wildlife sanctuaries to provide enrichment and hydration for big cats during extremely warm weather. This plane gained sentience and started waving at the passengers. Well, either that or what we're looking at is the wing flex upon experiencing extreme turbulence. If I were a passenger, I'd hope to God it was the first option. This is the largest known single meteorite on Earth, located on the Hobo West farm near Grootfontein in northern Namibia, at the exact site where it was discovered in 1920. It weighs approximately 60 tons and has a volume of 9 cubic meters, primarily composed of iron and nickel. This was the moment a pride of lionesses was spotted roaming the fields in Gujarat, India. Apparently, the lions of India are less aggressive towards humans and also towards each other, which is cool, I guess, but I wouldn't take my chances. This plane is getting some juice via a Eurofighter's retractable aerial refueling device, or as my little cousin calls it, a plane D. Speaking of D, Typhoon Podl was a large storm, initially measuring about 120 kilometers across, that impacted Taiwan and southern China. This is a demonstration of Snell's law of refraction, which describes how light bends when it travels between two different media, like air and water, and in this case, reverses the image. In 2020, 4 moms banded together and solved a 15-year-old double homicide case that had long eluded veteran law enforcement. It took them 2.5 years to finally break the case. This spider was spotted packing up and evacuating its web during a downpour. Did you know that some spiders, particularly orb weavers, pack up their webs, often by consuming them to recycle the silk? This is especially common with orb webs, which are often rebuilt daily, sometimes multiple times. Other spiders, like sac spiders and jumpers, may not rebuild their webs, but instead use them for shelter or sleep while hunting away from the web. This is what an albino family from India looks like. A bunch of turtles gathered around in a circle just to watch 2 of them mate. No one told me turtles were this freaky. What the heck? Nick Bostic, a 25-year-old pizza delivery guy, dashed into a burning house to rescue 4 kids. They mentioned there might be another child still inside, so he immediately went back in, found her, and jumped out a window with her in his arms. A cop recorded the whole thing on his body cam. When a scorpion feels threatened, it arches its tail over its body and uses the stinger to puncture the skin. The stinger acts like a syringe, injecting venom into the wound. The amount of venom injected can vary due to various reasons.